back to Yoga for Wellness. My name is George and I'm here with Bentley. And we have an awesome class for you today. But first, we do have a couple of announcements to deliver. Just so you know, there will not be any virtual classes for the next several weeks. We are beginning to transition to in-person yoga classes here in the community. So be on the lookout for some posts on my page with more information so you can find out how you can join in. And the good news about this is those who watch exclusively virtually is on the end of every month, very last weekend of each month, I will still be posting new live streams. So you will be getting new content every month. It just won't be at the same frequency as over the cooler months. But again, just look out for more detail about that. And I'm excited to get to be sharing these yoga classes with you again in person. I'm glad to get to see everyone in person as well. With that being said, for today's class, it's all about starting in a more energetic way and then slowly easing ourselves down and calm at the end. And so it's kind of change of pace. It kind of flip-flops the way the yoga sequences go, but I think it brings a fresh perspective and it also helps kind of reset the mindset. So this is Reset, and I hope you enjoy it. All you'll need is a yoga mat and a block, if that is handy to you. If you don't have one, maybe grab a book. So let's get started. We're going to start in a standing position of your choice. I'm going to start at the middle of my mat. Feel welcome to stand wherever suits your needs. And let's go ahead and roll our shoulders back so our arms can rest at our sides. Let's go ahead and close our eyes. Let's just stand here and take we'll start by breathing normally. Just noticing the quality of air in the room. Noticing the temperature. Maybe we find a slight gentle sway back and forth, just shifting the weight of our bodies from our heels to our toes. Just playing around with our grounding here. Palms facing forward. Maybe your sternum gently lifts and your chin parallel to the floor. Let's take a breath in together. Breathe in. And let it go. Relax your shoulders. Now continue breathing deep. Inhale. Eyes closed, if not already. And exhale, relax the back body. Breathe in. Setting an intention for your class. Today it could be a mindset, it could be a word, or it could just be to enjoy the class. Exhale. Noticing your breath, just paying attention to the breath. Just be for a few moments, and from here on until the next cue, allow your attention to always return to the breath if it begins to wander. Take 5 deep breaths in and out at your own pace. Notice the expansion of your inhale and the contraction of your exhale. Three. 2. Last one. Deep breath in all together. Exhale it out. Float the palms to the heart center. Bat the eyelashes open nice and gently. And bow. Namaste. Thanking ourselves for showing up for our practice, taking the time to practice today. From here, we're going to begin with some neck rolls, just dropping the chin to the chest. Inhale, draw the left ear to left shoulder. Keeping your chest lifted, only thing moving will be the head and neck. Inhale here. Exhale, relax. Imagine your left ear reaching towards your left shoulder, but keeping grounded in that left shoulder. Couple options here. If you want to expand on this stretch here, you can reach your right arm away from the body, maybe slightly forward. Get a nice long stretch from the right ear down the right arm. If you want even more, take your left fingertips onto the top of the right ear and guide it up and over. We're not forcing the stretch, we are just guiding the head up and over, maintaining that groundedness on the shoulders here. Breathe in and out. Nice and soft in the face. This is nothing forced. They're mowing the yard outside. Inhale once more. Exhale, release everything. Roll the chin to the chest and guide it to the left. Or guide it to the right ear to right shoulder. Begin breathing here at your pace. Maybe guiding your left hand away from the body. Maybe guiding your right fingertips onto the left ear, bringing it up and over for a deeper stretch. Breathe. Releasing any tension. Breathing into any tight spots. And on your next exhale, let go, chin to chest, and we're going to roll it back up. Now we're doing some shoulder shrugs to kind of release a little shoulder tension that we hold in our day, especially if you're on the computer or video game or even just standing for a long time. It can bring some extra stress. So let's bring our shoulders, scoop it forward and up. Squeeze up, inhale. Exhale, round and back. Inhale, forward and up. Squeeze up. Exhale, back and down. One more. Inhale, forward and up. Squeeze and exhale, down and back. Switch rotations, going back and up for a squeeze, then forward and down with your exhale. Let's slow it down. Inhale deeply. Exhale, forward and down. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. And now we're just doing the shrug and drop this time. Inhale, or squeeze your shoulders together. Squeeze, 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 shoulders to ears. Exhale, drop. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, drop. Last one, inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And drop. Awesome. From here, we're going to go and take our hands to fingers to interlace and press it away from the body. Inhale to lift it up so we get a nice long stretch. Do maybe a mini back bend here to lift the chest. And then on your exhale, we're going to go to the right, pressing the hands away from the body, up and over to the right for a nice long stretch on the left side. Pulling that left elbow back, heart remains open. Breathe in through the navel and draw it in with your exhale. Maybe if you want a little extra, you can go for a curtsy, gliding that left foot behind the right, bending your right knee. Breathe. Maybe you bring your gaze upward. 2 more breaths, you got this. Nice long stretch here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swing the fingertips down. Shake out the fingers or hands. Now the opposite side. Interlace the fingers, opposite thumb on top this time. So the one that feels a little weird, press it away from the body. Inhale to lift up. Exhale up and over to the left. Breathe. Bring your gaze upward. Maybe go for a curtsy. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Getting a nice long stretch in the side body here. Use your breath. You breathe in the navel and exhale, draw it in. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, rain the fingertips down. All right, my friends, from here, bring your legs wider than hip width apart, toes facing straight forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift at the chest, look forward. Exhale, hinge at the hips as we dive down, stop halfway. Breathe here, just gazing at the floor here. And then exhale, continue nice and slowly hinging at the hips as we go in for a full wide-legged forward fold. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Maybe your fingertips are on the mat. Maybe you can reach the floor on your palms. If you want a little extra, we can walk the palms in line with the feet here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stay. Put your right fingertips in the center of the mat. If this is too intense, grab your block or book and glide your left hand up, reaching up towards the sky, gaze to your left thumb for a twist. We're just doing 3 breaths here, it's not long. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, glide the left hand down to switch. Inhale, reach the right hand up high for your twist to the right. Gaze at your right thumb. Last one, inhale. Exhale, bring it back to center. From here, we're inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees gently and inhale, roll it all the way up. Ha, wide-legged Tadasana. So we are going to get moving now, so get ready. Breathe in, out. Set your right toes facing to the right and your left toes only inward just slightly. Bring your hips to square on the right side. The best way I understand is making 2 headlights with your fists, place them on your hips and guide them forward on the front short edge of your mat. You've got your legs in a triangle stance, but we're going to bend into our front knee at a 90-degree angle and then guide your hands upward for warrior 1. Pressing firmly into that back toe. Nice tall spine. If you need to widen your stance, go for it. Get a stretch in that left inner thigh. Breathe here. We're holding this breath for a little long. We're holding this stance for a little longer than typical, just to get started. And then just so we can really understand the posture and really take time to notice how we feel in this posture. And then exhale, open the arms out wide as we guide ourselves to warrior 2. Guiding your gaze past your index finger. Imagine your hands reaching away from one another. Continuing your stretch. Now your hips are no longer in line with the front. They're kind of opened out a bit. So don't feel you have to bring your hips facing forward for this pose. Continue breathing deep. This is great for strengthening your shoulders. Pull the pinkies back. Opening the chest. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, guide your right elbow to your right thigh. Bring your left hand up for extended side angle. Inhale. Exhale, you can stay here, or you can bring your left hand beyond your head. Look up. Breathe. Long line from left fingertips to left toes. Maybe you deepen into that front knee. Allow yourself a little grace though. Don't put your front knee beyond your front toe. Breathe here. Building strength in the front legs and the left and the right glute. On your next exhale, bring your left palm down, pivot the back toes, and inhale, reach the right hand up high to counter that stretch. So we're stretching our right glute where we were strengthening it. Inhale in. Exhale, use your right palm to frame your right foot. And we're going to bring our right foot back as we go into the plank, lower onto our knees, and then onto our bellies. All right. From here, we're going to extend our arms out long. I'm going to adjust as needed. And we're going to do a locust variation. Starting with our left hand and right foot, I invite you to inhale when I cue you to lift your left hand, your head, and your right foot. So take a breath in, just laying on the floor with your arms and legs outreached. Next, inhale, lift the right foot, left hand, and head. Exhale, release. This time we switch. Inhale, lift the head, right hand and left foot. Exhale, release. Switch, inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, switch. Exhale, release. One more each side. Inhale, switch. Exhale, release. Inhale, switch. Exhale, release. Awesome. Now we're going to do all four limbs. So on your next inhale, lift everything off the mat, pressing into your pelvis. And exhale, release. We got two more. Inhale, lift. Strengthening our low back here. Exhale, release. And on this last one, I invite you to hold it. So inhale, lift everything up. I'd like to feel like I'm a skydiver here. This is how they feel. Breathe here. Deep breaths. You got this. We go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release everything. From here, we're going to bring ourselves to all fours. Maybe do a cat-cow to reset. Curl the toes under and lift our hips up. Downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and pedal out our heels here one at a time. Getting a good stretch in the fascia of the feet and the heels and our hamstrings. Awesome. So what we're going to do here, we're going to walk our hands back towards the middle of our mat and then walk our feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll it all the way up. Tadasana. And we bring ourselves back to center, wide-legged Tadasana. Opposite side. So we're facing the left side of our mat this time. If you were facing the left the first time, you want to face your right. Turn out your left toes. Turn inward your right toes just slightly. Starting in triangle, bend that front knee. Face your headlights forward, your hips, and then guide your hands upward. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Breathe here. We're feeling strong and powerful. take a few breaths just to notice how you are feeling in this moment. Are you feeling focused? If your mind begins to wander, bring yourself back to the breath. Is your breath feeling shallow or long? See if you can deepen your breath here. Keep your gaze light and soft. Relax your shoulders. Maybe you could play with deepening your stretch in your legs. Two more breaths. Nice deep breath. In and out. Breathe in and out. Open the arms out wide. Warrior two. La-ti-da. Open the heart nice and big. Continue your breath. Nice and deep. Pulling your pinkies back. Go through your checklist. Head over your heart, heart over your pelvis here. Maybe you invite yourself to have a little inward smile. Thanking yourself for practicing today. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale, guide your left elbow onto your thigh. Guide your right fingertips up. Breathe. Gazing at your right thumb here, and if that is comfortable for you, your next exhale, extend your arm beyond your crown. Long line, fingertips to toe. Might feel a little shaky here. That means your body's working. You're alive. Acknowledge you're working. Acknowledge that you're working hard and you're doing great. And on your next exhale, guide your right fingertips down. Pivot the back toes to parallel with the front. And inhale, reach the left hand up to the sky for a twist. Breathe here. On your next exhale, float the fingertips down and step that back foot to meet the front, forward fold. Hang out here for a second. Bend the knees as generously as you need. Grab hold of opposite elbow and sway side to side. Breathe. Releasing the tension in the lower back. Shake your head a little yes, a little no. You let it get nice and loose. Release the hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release. Bend the knees generously, and I would invite you to roll up as slowly as possible. Really take your time, milk each moment. Traditionally, you would just do this all in one inhale, but you can exhale and inhale again. And then palms facing forward, you enter Tadasana once again. Notice how you feel. Just notice without judgment. Beautiful. Alrighty. From here, we're going to bring ourselves back into wide-legged. He says, wide-legged. Open your right toes and then pivot your left. So we're actually going into what looks like to be a high lunge. So your toes are parallel, though your feet are apart. And then we're going into warrior three. So just thought I would notify you first. We're going to bend forward and we're going into airplane arms. So bending forward, allowing your belly to fold over the front thigh, knee bent over the right ankle. Palms flat. your sides like they're pressing into an imaginary wall. Find a place to gaze forward and down. From here, I invite you to lift up onto the back toes. Lift up. Maybe you're just onto your big toe. Maybe this is where you are, or you want to catch some air, lifting that back foot off the mat entirely, making a T from crown to toes. Maybe this is your warrior three. Maybe you bring your arms into a full warrior three, extending them past your head. We're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to bring our left toes up without touching the ground, or just glide the toe on the ground and bring your knee up to the chest, squeeze, and then bring your knee out wide. Keep your right thumb to your chest for balance. Gaze forward and place your foot on the inner thigh of your right leg. If that's too much, you could place it on your inner shin, but not putting your heel on your right knee to prevent damages. Tree pose. Breathe here. Find your point of focus. Gaze at it, engage your core. Think nice and tall in the spine. Breathe deeply here. I think I found a crickety board that my foot's on, so apologies for the pops. Awesome. We're going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release the leg, but it doesn't end there. We're just guiding that back, the left toes back as we're going back into that initial triangle posture. Bringing your hands out wide like we're doing warrior 2. We're dipping down. Right palm meets the right shin. Left palm to the left. So we're going into a triangle fold. Maybe you lower your palm all the way down to your ankle or even to the floor. Go as far as you feel is good for you without restricting the breath and without concaving the heart space. Breathe here. Gaze up to your left thumb. You can imagine an angel pulling at your left hand, lifting you back up, dropping your back hand, and bringing your right hand's pinky behind your right ear and up to extend. Nice long line, right fingertips to right toes. Heartless. To contrast. Maybe your back hand wraps around, goes for a bind by reaching towards your left thigh. If not, it could just be placed behind your back in a fist or rest on your back leg. And exhale. Bring your arms out wide, pivot to your feet, back to center, hands to heart, back to wide-legged Tadasana. Breathe here. We're going to go straight into the other side. Take a breath here if you need to reset. All right, left toes to the left, back toes parallel. We're going to bring our palms facing forward like we would Tadasana, bending our front knee, diving forward our heart space like we're peering into a pond of water. Belly rests on the left thigh. We lift up onto our back toes, keeping our shoulders engaged here to lift the hands. Then we lift, either we lift onto our back toe and stay there, or you can catch some air, lifting all the way up. That back foot. Breathe. You can, of course, do this with your hands, with airplane arms. Place your hands on your heart or extend the arms forward for a full warrior 3. This variation, I'm going to stick with hands to heart. Lift up in the back heel. We're going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's okay if you feel wobbly, We're going to guide that right knee forward, lifting up, giving it a squeeze, opening the knee out wide, using your left thumb on your sternum to keep you balanced, guiding your right heel onto the right thigh. We are here for tree pose. Once again, pressing your heel into your thigh, thigh to heel for opposition practice and balance. Think nice and tall in the spine, engage that core. Find a focal point in front of you. Maybe your tree has limbs that reach tall. Maybe your tree has limbs that reach wide or make goalpost arms. Or keep your hands to heart. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower the right leg down and slide it back to triangle legs. Straighten that left leg once again, opening the arms out wide. And then from here, we're going to dive down to the forward cartwheeling down, left palm to left ankle, reaching the right hand up high for our triangle here. Guide your gaze to the right thumb. Remember not to restrict your breathing here, so guide your hand up the leg if you need to, or put your hand on a block. Going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Use your right hand to guide your body all the way back. Lower your back hand. Take your left hand's pinky behind the left ear and guide it back and beyond to get a nice long stretch. Left fingertips to left toes. Breathe here. Nice big body, full body stretch here. Everything's active here. And back to center. Pivot those left toes in. Feet are parallel. Shake out your right foot and your left. Shake it all about. We do the hokey pokey. And there concludes the active part of today's practice. I hope that warmed you up nice and good here. Now it's time to cool down. Let's go ahead and bring our feet nice and wide once again for a fold. Bring your hands at the hips. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, dive, hinge at the hips. Fingertips at the mat or on a block. Maybe you bring your hands to your heels here if they are comfortable, or to your shins. Continue guiding your head closer to the mat. We're going to breathe here in a wide-legged fold. Breathing into the tight spaces of your body, finding ease with each exhale, using your exhale to cool down. Inhale, halfway lift. Heel toe your feet together one step so they're just slightly wider than hip width apart, and bring your toes to fan outward just a hair. Use your hands to floor connection here, your fingertips to floor or block, and bend your knees, lowering your hips down towards the mat, bringing yourselves into a garland pose or froggy pose. You can have your hands together, heart space, thumbs to sternum, or you can have your hands hands on the mat or floor or block, and arms against the legs, lowering the tailbone towards the mat. Just play here. Your heels don't have to touch the floor. Don't feel discouraged if they don't. If your hands are together and thumbs at the sternum, just play here with the opposition of the outer edges of your arms with the legs. Thinking tall in the spine here. Creating length with each in-breath. Two more breaths here. And on your next exhale, bring your hands behind you to guide your bums down towards the mat. Nice and easy here. Awesome. So from here, we're going to make a 90-degree angle with both legs here, facing the knees to the left, palms behind you. Breathe in and out. In breath, rotate the knees or bring them up over to the right. Breathe in and out. With your palms behind you, it gives a good stretch in the chest. And with the way the legs are positioned, it gives you a good internal and external rotation of the hips, while giving yourself a nice booty massage while you transition from one side to another. The breath helps expand the stretch here, so really get a nice deep breath here. And switch. We're going for 3 times on each side. So this is our second go. All right, last time. Switch. And switch. All right. Let's go transition to all fours. Bring our right knee into where our right wrist is, and then bring your left toes to the outer edge on the left side of the mat. Walking your left foot back, gliding your body down into a pigeon pose. Restful variation, which typically pigeon pose, you are upright, but you're going to today walk your hands down, bringing down your elbows. Maybe your left heel is a little closer to the body today. That is fine. We're just going to focus on breathing into our hips here. Maybe you place your palms down and your arms down and use them as a pillow for a few minutes. We're not going to hold this for a long time, but we want to feel nice and settled in here. Letting go of any tension, letting go of anything that does not serve us in the present moment, any thoughts or any feelings of obligation. Give yourself the permission to just be and to just settle and just breathe. Allow yourself the opportunity to deepen your practice here. Notice the floor beneath you. Feel connection to the earth. Feel supported by the earth here. All right. Bring your palms back onto the mat. Walk yourself back forward. Scoot in your back leg by using your toes and unravel that right leg back to all fours. Bring your left knee to left elbow, slide it down to left wrist, and then guide your your left toes to the right edge of the mat. Guiding your right leg back now, pigeon pose opposite side. And it's okay if your right heel is closer to the body. This is not competition, it's simply a practice. And when you're ready, bring your heart down to the mat, nice and slow here. Take your time. Maybe you bring yourselves into making your arms a pillow, guiding your hips closer to the hip floor here. If that's too intense, you can also put a block underneath your left hip here. Allow yourself to let everything go. Bring yourself back to the breath and the connection to the ground. Bring yourself to the present moment. Be fully and completely present. Letting go of any tension, anything that doesn't serve you. Melting away all stress. Allowing a moment of sweet surrender to the present moment, just to be present. All right, bring yourself back up. Step that back knee forward a bit, unravel the left toes. And we're going to bring our knees together, feet together, and walk your hips back to hero pose. Here's where I suggest a block for you if you have a lack of flexibility here. You can place the block underneath your hips, like so. And we're doing our half hero splits. So left heel to the left of your left hip. Think nice and tall. And exhale, forward fold. Your body doesn't need to completely fold over, but you want to keep your toes reaching towards your forehead here. Just breathing here, getting a good stretch in the right hamstrings and the top of the left foot. Again, use your block here. If you want, you can take a block to the left of your right leg and place your head on top of that. Deeply breathe here, my friends. You're doing wonderfully. Again, this second half of the class is just holding poses for longer to deepen our stretch, deepen our relationships with ourselves, to kind of reset. Reset the flow, reset the mind, reset the body. I'm going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it back up. Lift up onto your left knee. We'll switch and extend that left leg out. You'll notice a whoosh of kind of a whoosh of energy going back to that left leg. Inhale, think nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward, using your hands to guide you. Again, you can use the block under the hip for support. If you feel any pain, that's a telltale sign of easing off. Use something to support you. And if that's still too much, simply kneel in hero pose, or you can go for a staff pose fold with both legs out in front of you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unravel. Remove your block. And we are going to bring our right foot, we're going to go into seated. We're going to bring our right foot in towards the body and towards our pelvis here. Left leg out long. We're going for up and overs, simply bringing our left palm to our right thigh. Inhale, reaching the right hand up. Exhale, reach the hand over towards the left foot, keeping the heart lifted. Some people can go ahead and reach the toes. Some people cannot, and that's fine. We're just experiencing the sensation here and the deepening of the stretch. Keep your left toes active. Keep your breathing active here. You might notice a little shakiness. Notice how you feel in this moment. If you feel resistance, see if you can lean into it and breathe deeper. The only place where you should definitely ease off is when you feel pain. Feeling some discomfort's fine. That means you're deepening your practice. But if you feel as if it's too much, like it's painful, ease off. This is just a practice. It's okay. And everyone's in a different place. We're going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to reach back up. Exhale, float the palm down and switch. Left palm to left thigh. Inhale, reach right palm to left thigh, left palm up. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Reach towards the right toes. You may notice a difference in the stretch here than on the other side. Just take a time to notice. Look through your left armpit here. Toes nice and active. You might notice this might be a bit more difficult than the other side. An alternative is you can have your arm resting on the floor, your right arm on the floor to the left of your right leg, or you can keep your right hand on your left thigh. Breathe deep here. Keeping your heart open. Just be mindful. We're going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float the palm down. Awesome work. So from here, my friends, we're going to go into cross-legged seat, and we're going into a fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, keeping your hips glued to the mat. This is a good lower back stretch. And exhale, relax the head and the neck. Oh, breathing into the shoulders here. We're not going to hold this one for as long. Just 2 more breaths. Walk your hands back up. All right. Now we're going to bring ourselves all the way down onto our backs here. So grab hold of your thighs and roll back. Bring your knees into the chest with your exhale. Maybe you find a gentle sway side to side, giving your low back a nice little massage. Maybe you use your hands to guide your knees, make little baby circles here. Breathe naturally and switch your rotation. From here, bring your knees into the chest, open your arms wide or into a goalpost arm, and guide your knees to the left for a twist. Bring your gaze to the right. Maybe use your left hand to keep your right knee down. Breathe. Enjoy the sensations of finding softness and deepening into the stretch. Inhale, look forward. Bring your knees back into the chest. And then guide them to the right this time. Switching rotation, looking over to the left for a twist. Breathe deep. Letting go. Okay, look forward and bring your legs back to center. From here, take your three finger hold around the big toes, arms on the inside of the legs here. And we begin our happy baby, kicking one foot up, bending that left knee, and then kicking the other foot up, alternating back and forth, getting a good stretch in the hamstrings. Really just find what feels good here. And maybe bring both legs up to a straddle, keeping your tailbone reaching away from the torso. Keeping your shoulders grounded. Maybe find a moment of stillness here. Breathe. And release. Allow yourself to enter Shavasana, bringing one foot to spill out from the mat and the other. Allowing your palms to go to your sides, facing upward, fingers are naturally curled. Allow your armpits to breathe here. And close your eyes or soften the gaze. Allow yourselves to take a moment in appreciation of today's practice. Acknowledge what you've learned or acknowledge the sensations you felt. Any feelings that have come up. Allow yourself to melt away any tension in the body. Allow yourself to completely relax. Give yourself that permission to be in stillness. Give yourself permission to simply just be and to breathe. Relish in this moment of pause, and I'll conclude in a moment. Okay, my friends, bring your awareness back into the space. Allow your fingers to stir, your toes to wiggle. Turn your head to the left and right. Interlace the fingers, reach beyond the crown of the head for a full body stretch, toes reaching away as well. Bend the left or right knee and turn to the side. And press up, keeping your eyes closed. Sitting in a comfortable seat. You can warm your hands up by rubbing them together. And bring them, one hand to your head and the other to your heart for healing. And then bring your hands together. And then place them over your eyes. Allow your eyes to blink open. And bring your hands to the heart in gratitude for this moment. Gratitude to Mother Earth and the universal energies. Gratitude for this practice. And we bow to each other and ourselves to say, Namaste. Thank you all for an amazing opportunity to share my practices with you virtually each and every week. I will miss you guys virtually, but I will be teaching in person for the weeks to come. This is all thanks to partnerships with Wilkes Recovery Revolution and with Yoga with George Ethan. Make sure to check out our Facebook pages. We would love to hear from you. And stay tuned for more information about our in-person classes. Hey, my virtual friends, I love you guys. I will post again next month, and I'll see you guys then. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy your spring. See ya.